else realize that children born in 2023 potentially live to see the year 3000?
Hate to break it to you, I think you're a little bit off. Way off. About 900 years. I don't know how you got to that conclusion, but I'm concerned for our society.
A man's inability to find a partner is not some sort of social injustice. I don't think we have a male loneliness epidemic. Think we have an epidemic of undateable men. Stephen Bartlett asked if society should intervene to make sure men meet women. The only intervening society should do is putting systems in place that hold men accountable, teach them how to be better partners, teach them how to be better people so that there's somebody that a woman would want to be with. We should be educating men about incel and far-right propaganda and the hatred towards women and anything that will hold men accountable for their behaviors rather than perpetuating this narrative that somehow women are responsible for a man's behavior. Men are not entitled to pass on their genes or have a legacy. In fact, if anything, we learned about this in schools, natural selection. Hello, we're weeding this shit out. But there's no oppression for men who are not being chosen in the dating pool. And it's always about a man's legacy and passing on his genes instead of him just being a father and raising a child. Men's mental health, the rate of male suicide, these are all serious issues. Yes, they deserve attention, they deserve concern, and they deserve awareness. But control over women is not and has never been and never will be the answer to solve these things.
And it's funny they talking all this trash, but then when a man don't help them out, they don't protect them, somebody jump on them on the street, take their purse, take their phone, and the man just sit there watching like, that sucks. And all of a sudden, men are bad. Why won't men protect?
And that's why I do get the attention. That's why I sit there and I'm doing stuff.
But you felt like you needed to validate yourself by a procedure. And I'm not saying that nobody wants to change or anything like that, but I just think that women need to consider like.
Listen, I just needed a whole new look. Like I just wanted that look. I got
whole new look.
I got the Tinkerbell nose. I got Botox. I got the eye lip. I got the fox. I got the cheeks. I got the jawline, the chin, the lips, the whole nine. My breast augmentation, lipo 360, tummy tuck,
who
BBL.
were you before? Like, I'm trying to figure out who were you before.
I'm gonna need to see a before picture.
BBL,
You said baby picture full of
BBL with
BBL.
hydrogel shots. I also got shots, and a lot of girls aren't willing to say that.
You got before pictures?
I do.
I want to see that.
Hey guys,
Yeah, caught, man. Don't go back and try to look now. What color was the what color was the she was getting a large. She was getting a large out that oven. It was a large and you know the thing is, it's really not even your fault, fam, cause like what are they cake doing in a pizza place anyway? They must have stole it.
I just told a guy at the gym that I thought he was cute. He'll never be cute. I went up, I kind of like stopped him for a while and I saw him like stretching and I was like, wait, handsome? And I was like really trying to get a good look at his face and I was like, everything else was looking good. So then I saw him, he went downstairs. I like scurried behind him. And then I kind of like, I was like, all right, building up the confidence, right? So I like walk up and I had a lot of confidence walking up. I was like, oh, and I was like, hey. He's like, I'm like, sorry to approach you at the gym. I just think you're really handsome. And he was like, thanks. And I was like, so are you single? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so do you want my number? And then he said, sure. The adrenaline right now is crazy. I don't think I've ever really approached a guy, at least not soberly. That was crazy. So I don't know if he's going to text me, but what do you guys think? What's it look like?
Every man watching this right now is going to be in agreement that that woman is a unicorn. And it's not just because she ended up approaching this guy and hitting on him, giving him a compliment. It is very much also because of her positive attitude. She's just a sweetheart. She's excited for life. She's excited for him. This is just something that is becoming all too rare nowadays. And when men witness it, when they see it, it's not just that. It's that they feel it. Like they feel the energy and it just feels good to them. I think with like 99% certainty, as long as that man is not hung up on some other woman, he is going to be messaging this woman. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's why more and more women should be open to doing this.
I can't tell if women are saying they are the table because they really believe that, or they really just don't know what to bring to the table. But what I was taught a woman is supposed to bring to the table is, number one, respect. Number two, an open mind. Number three, the ability to be taught and to be led. Number three, assistance, support. Number four, a good attitude. Be happy, be loving, be warm, be vulnerable. Okay? And then you're supposed to bring questions if you have them. Okay? Be authentic, be selfless, be ready to give. Okay? Don't be looking for what you could take. Give as much as you can as a woman. Okay? And then everything that you gather from all of that, teach it to your children. Be prepared to teach those kids. Somebody once said to me, don't have children if you're not prepared to teach them what you've learned. That hit deep for me.
Ladies, we have to stop dating the bums. Today, I rushed to the nail salon to fix my fingernail. I am going on my trip and my nail is chipped, so I ran in there to get my finger fixed and whatever. And in front of me is a lady and her man. So I'm like, oh, how cute. Like, they probably just got their feet done together. Now he's waiting for her nails to be done. How sweet. Like, I wish I had my man. Honey boo boo chow. The man and the woman get up because she's finished. They walk over to the register. She's in the process of getting checked out. He goes, oh, okay, big money. When I tell you I whip my head so goddamn fast, I'm surprised I don't have whiplash. Okay, big money. I said, oh, Lord. The lady in here paying for her own hands and nails. This don't make no sense. Honey, the man like, keep straight. I'm like, oh, sorry. Over here being nosy. So now they're behind me. And the lady that was checking them out comes over to the guy that was doing my nail to show him the $100 bill and to verify whatever. So he's like, yeah, whatever, it's okay. In the language that they speak. So I'm like, oh my God, like this is why God said, do not envy what those have. Okay? Do not envy what those have. The big money just like PTSD. I just felt like I was with my ex. Like, what? So then it gets better. She asks this lady, oh, is that with the 5% off, because you get 5% off when you use cash. So she's like, is that with the 5% off? And I want to say, lady, if she tells you it's X amount of dollars, you just take the 10% and then subtract it, divide by 2, and that would give you the 5%, and that's how you would know if you had the 5% applied or not. What? Like, what happened to the basic math? But then again, I realized she's with a man who did not pay for her hands and nails. Of course, it's not all there. It's just not all there. Finally, they leave. I'm nosy. I'm still looking. I'm telling the guy, hold my finger. And I'm looking. They walk out to the parking lot, pull off. Guess who's driving? Her. Ladies, we have got to start dating in our bracket of men, our caliber of men. Like, if I am here, meet me here or be better. Okay? And I tell my friends, I tell anybody who will listen to me, I don't care. Call me a gold digger. I don't give a damn. I need to date a man that is here right with me or better. Okay? There's no option for me to date below. I don't date below. Up. Same level or up. Okay? Woman, date up. Because you will be like this girl sitting in a damn nail salon with your man to the right of you talking about some, okay, big money. Then you have to drive yourself and him wherever y'all going because you in your car. Moral of the story, ladies, like, just date up. Just date up.
You're just talking to be talking, and what you're saying is pretty stupid. She's there to get her nails done. She's the client. So the woman who's up there with the calculator in her hand should actually be doing the math. That's what she was asking her, right? She could do it by herself, but she's got somebody in front of her that could do the math because that's her business to do the math. Shut up. Stop talking. That's strike one. Strike two is you're in here once again minding somebody else's business. You're worried about what he's doing instead of going out and getting your own man to pay for your nails. I assume that's why you have an ex-boyfriend. Because you're a loser. Number three. Strike three. You were minding somebody else's business so hard that somebody had to tell you to move up. Shut up.
The average man on a dating app gets 6 matches for every 1,000 right swipes.
Yeah.
69% of men report when they meet up with a girl getting into a non-romantic platonic relationship with them. So you're literally getting 6 matches for every 1,000 right swipes, and 2/3 of them you're getting friend zoned. What a great deal. Here's the thing. The top 10% of men get 100 matches for every 1,000 right swipes. The average woman gets 100 matches for every 1,000 right swipes. So I want you to consider this. The top 10% of men equals the average woman on a dating app.
I think any high value woman would be okay with that.
What's a high value woman?
A woman who knows her worth. And
Well, what determines a woman's worth?
I think a woman determines her own value.
See, that's the difference between men and women. Like, a man can't just determine their value. The world dictates how valuable
the marketplace, you're saying.
Right. Like, women could just make up how valuable she is in her head and then just assume that the world should follow that. But we can't operate like that. Imagine if I said like that, I'm just worth that. Like, why? Because I believe it. Everybody would think that I'm delusional, but women can believe that.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you don't got kids, don't be a stepdad. If you
agree.
do, you a motherfucking fool. Don't get too attached, because at the end of the day, that's not your kid. And if you want to be a damn fool and not have kids and go be a stepdad, go holler at Deontay Wilder. You're a damn fool, because not only do you gotta walk on eggshells with somebody else's kid, this the part people don't ever think about. The days where she's arguing with her baby daddy because he did some bullshit, didn't send the child support money, was supposed to take little man for the spring break, and he spun off. Now she's in your house mad over the actions of another man, and you, her man, gotta deal with that. So now you get the repercussions from what another nigga outside your house did.
Being in a relationship is so much more expensive for a woman than a man, because more often than not, having the child,
Yeah, can't work for a while.
you can't work for a while. And that's not just the amount of time off or whatever that you lose out on that income. It's that what that income could have compounded over the course of your lifetime. And there are things like, oh, well, if I spend a decade of my life being the household CEO, I prefer that versus like a stay-at-home
Yes,
mom, because
I like
you
that.
really are the CEO of the house.
You are.
You are the chef, the chauffeur, you are the maid, you are the person who is the project manager, you are doing
Teacher,
you're doing it all.
Yeah.
You really are doing it all. But if you're doing all of that unpaid labor, which by the way, the unpaid labor accounted for at a global society is in the trillions, we just don't really factor it in because most of the time it's done by women. And we don't value their time the same as we do men's. And so I would say having a prenup where you have already agreed that you will get a mom's salary so that you can have your own money. So even if you are a stay-at-home parent, you still have your own money, because 99% of domestic violence cases include financial abuse.
Interesting.
What did you do that made him hit you?
I don't want to frame it that way.
Why not? You hate to be honest, huh?
No. I would like to tell you the story the way the story goes, and not in response to
I can't believe your story because most women don't tell the truth, Gabrielle. Most
My
women
name
do
is
not. Gabrielle, women do not tell the truth. They don't tell you what they did. So I can't believe you.
Well, if you will allow me to tell the story, I will tell you the story.
Let's give it a try.
All right, here we go. So, I was involved with the man. I was a young woman at this time. And the man actually was a user, an abuser. And we were driving, he was driving me to work in my automobile because he didn't have one.
Beta male.
Well, that's another topic of conversation.
Beta male.
That's another topic of conversation. Can I finish my story?
Beta female. Go ahead.
All right. So he was driving me to work, and he was dropping me at work. And I don't really actually recall what the conversation that we were having.
I didn't think you would.
Well,
I
good for
didn't
you.
think you would.
Very good for you. But we were having a conversation. Like I said, we're in the car. He's driving my car, dropping me at work. and we have a conversation, and
Keep making up a lie.
I'm sorry?
You're making up a lie. That's why you're going so slow.
Well, this was 30 years ago. I'm trying to remember.
How old are you
The
now?
time that I hit a man. You answered the question.
How old are you now?
So, I'm 50.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, and anyway, so we're having this conversation, and like I said, I'm on my way to work. So
Finish the story. And what did you do that caused him to hit you?
we're having a conversation. He disagreed with something I said. He slapped me in the face. I slapped him back. And that's the time that I hit a man. And let me tell you, the end of the story is, I never saw that man again.
Guys have one job, and that's to make money. That's like your whole focus of your whole entire life is to be successful and make money. You really only have like one focus. Girls, it's like you have to make money, but you can't make too much money, but you also have to be a good mom, but you also have to be independent, and you should go to college, but then why would you go to college if you don't want to get an office job and you want to stay home and grow? Like, there's so many different like gray areas, but as a guy, it's just like straight line. Like, if you make money, you're gonna be okay.
They be saying shit like a woman would submit naturally if a man was leading properly. I be saying shit like that. And I just be wondering, if I gotta go off and do my man on my own, right? Develop my leadership skills and all that, why the f do I have to make you submissive? Ooh. Why do I have to make you a follower? Again, I'm not talking to y'all because you know nobody ever wears that shoe. I'm not talking to y'all. I just be seeing these memes that say that men are the reason that women are not feminine and that men are the reason. I'm not saying we ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying if I solely have to do with my process as far as me becoming a leader and becoming more masculine or whatever you deem that to be, then why is it that I also have to be responsible for the process that you have to go through to become an effective follower? I'm just saying if I gotta go do my work, you go do yours, and let's meet when we both healthy. You feel me? Because a lot of these questions be coming from an unhealthy place. You expect a man to somehow bring a structure into some that you're not ready to follow.
He said it all. Modern women are children, and they like to say that men are children. You're a child. What they're wanting a man to do is take them. Okay, you've already been there. You know where to go. You got the man. You the man with the plan. Take me to the promised land. You know where you're going. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. A man might have a vision. I want to do this. I want to do that. But we map out our future together. Yes, I'm going to be the leader most of the time, but we map out our vision together. Well, you know, most people's vision is pretty much the same. I want to have a family, have a, you know, a nice house, modestly. How depends on where you want to live. I might want to live out in the country. I might want to live in the city. I might want to own a boat. I want to own a couple 4x4s, golf cart, you know, walk around with my sandals on all the time, live on a golf course. No, I don't know how to golf, but I gotta, you know, me and my kids ride around on the golf cart. You know, that's what I want to do. People work in alignment with that. Oh, we like to go to the track. It's not really a track. It's like you know, where you ride motorbikes and you got the hills and they just all day long. We want to do that. That's what type of family we are. We got a little man. He's about 14 years old. I've been riding bikes since he's about 10. That's what we like to do. That's what we're doing on Saturday. Right? See people out on the field every Wednesday night, maybe around 8 or 9, playing soccer. They're so dedicated to that when they come and it be lit physically and like the energy out there, it be lit. They got the lights on. Everything else is dark. Big field out there. They got the stands over there. Sometimes it be full. Sometimes it don't. They were out there playing in the cold the other night. They have a section, like a play place for the kids because they move in alignment. Okay, we're going to play soccer, but the kids are going to go over there and play on the playground. You move in alignment with that. You and I are going to go out here and do this event. You and I, this is our life. We're creating our life together. It's not me saying, okay, we're going to go here. All right, let's go. Sure, that happens, but you're as much a part of that process as I am. I'm just saying, okay, let's go. I'd be out there shoveling and digging and doing all that stuff to make the pathway. That's providing. That's provision to make the pathway straight. I'm providing a pathway for you, not necessarily money all the time. You're going to come behind me and you're saying, okay, with this clear path, I'm going to put some flowers, or I'm going to sweep the rest of the dust. And with this path that he cleared out, I'm going to make a home, or I'm going to put some stuff over here, put some stuff over there. You come behind me, you're supporting the vision that we both created together. That's how that's going to work. But you guys are lazy. So you're waiting for a man to essentially clear the path for you, and then build the structure for you, and then build the rooms for you, and then put the bed, put the pictures, put the TV, put the plants in the grass, put the mailbox, put the curb and all the signage and all that stuff. Basically, it's all made up. And you say, okay, I like this road sign. Let's change it from Smith to Jones. Minor change. Anybody could have done that. I could have done that. The carpet in this house is cream colored. Let's make it a beige. Minor change. The fridge in the kitchen is it's a Samsung. Let's make it a Kenmore. Little stuff. I mean, the stuff's already done, so you're not really doing anything. You know what I mean? If you came in there, and even without your changes, how would the house run? How would the structure run? So when somebody asks you that question, what do you bring to the table? That's what they're asking. Not what small changes you can make. How can you be more than a role player? Because I'm bringing you in as a star player. As a man, I'm going to bring you in as a star player. What are you doing in order to help us get to the next level, is what the man is asking. And if I pay you all that money as a star player, and then you get there and you start talking about, oh, I'm injured, or I'm not in the right headspace to play, you're going to get cut or traded. You're going to get cut or traded at some point in time. People are going to get tired of you. They're going to start calling you a diva, because that's exactly what you are. That's exactly what a lot of modern women are. So you guys can keep on doing this stuff. Well, I'll decide to play when I want to play, even though you signed the contract for millions saying that you were going to play. But then the owner starts to take back some power, and then you left out on the cold. Well, I got my guaranteed money. Okay, well, you can do that. Great for you for getting the bag. But they're going to move on with somebody else. That somebody else that's lesser than you is going to come in. They're going to do their job. They're going to win a Super Bowl. And so you can float off in the distance with your money. But the thing that's going to eat away at you is, well, I was more talented than they were, but you didn't win the Super Bowl. So after they make their money, a lot of their others, they might not have a big contract like you, but their money is going to come from their sponsorships and their endorsements, because they actually won a Super Bowl. That's what you modern women are doing. You understand what I'm saying? You guys are going in there. You're going to get the guaranteed contract. So I'm leaving. I'm going to divorce the man. I'm going to take this guaranteed contract money, and I'm going to do this, and this. Okay? You're now at that point in time going to watch him go get another woman that is, quote unquote, lesser to you. He's going to take her to the promised land. They're going to move into that big house, that mansion that should have been yours. But don't worry, you got your money. You can go buy your own mansion. Or maybe you can't, actually, because you don't have that much money. You don't quite have that much money, right? So they get to go to mansions and all of the parties. Not only do they have the money, but they have the status to go along with the money. You just have the money, and you have to spend the money that he's giving you in order to get into those certain places. You get me? Whereas because they went to a Super Bowl, now they just get let in. They get commercials made for them just because they won a Super Bowl. They get to go to Disney World just because they went to the Super Bowl. They get to go to the White House just because they went to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of different perks. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing Joe Montana, Joe Namath, a lot of quarterbacks that went to the Super Bowl or like really good or whatever, still on these commercials just because they were former Super Bowl quarterbacks. Just because they went to the Super Bowl. But you'll never get there because you decided to be a diva and say, well, you know, I'm going to go do my own thing. So you guys can keep that up. You can do whatever you want, but you're going to eventually end up somebody with a lot of money, but you never gain the status, if that makes any sense, because you can't listen, you can't follow the plan, you don't know how to be a team player, and that's where you're going to end up.
Who was complaining when Derek Jeter was sleeping with Jessica Biel, Jessica Alba, and Mariah Carey? No one cared, because Derek Jeter was the shortstop for the Yankees and no one had an issue with it. Tiger Woods was cheating on his wife. That's why a lot of people had an issue with it. But it does feel like, I've heard women say this before, is you aren't high status enough or rich enough or famous enough to be dating multiple women like this. What's that saying is there is a price. There is a point at which men are high status enough. If you were to say, hey, do you think it's strange that George Clooney was philandering around in his 20s? They'd be like, no, he's George Clooney. There's a point at which they're famous enough or high status enough, Dan Bilzerian or Hugh Hefner or someone like that, to that point. But then she'll come back to you and be like, but you're not that guy. You don't get to do that.
My body count is 1,572. And so I don't think body count should matter. To be honest, like, I don't know. I've heard a lot of numbers and it just doesn't really matter.
Fellas, this is just another video to remind you to choose wisely.
So much and so bad. You want to take my place? Here, you can have it. You can have it. I'm dropping him off so you can play stepmommy or mommy or whatever, and he can finally be a dad and stop ripping and running the streets. So you know what? Here you go. You want to be mommy so bad? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Do you understand? There you go. There you go. There, you stand with your dad and your stepmom. Help! Somebody help! Dad? My dad! My dad!
I don't know about y'all, but this pissed me the hell off, because how do you leave a boy who's no older than 5 years old outside without making sure somebody is home and then just pull off? And this is your child. This isn't like anybody's child. This is your child. But because you're so emotional, you're in your feelings, you don't care about anybody but yourself in this moment. This is why, fellas, you gotta choose wisely, even when it comes down to women you're sleeping with, because if you get her pregnant, this is what you're gonna be stuck with. Now, you can clearly see this woman is jealous of the new girl. She's not happy about it. So she thinks giving the father the son is gonna be a bad thing. But trust me when I say, if the father is fine with it and the new girlfriend is fine with it, she's gonna then want the son back, because she's acting out of her emotions right now. And when you deal with a chick like this with no control over her emotions, she do what she want to do. She doesn't care about what's gonna happen later. All she cares about is what's happening right now. She's loud, reckless, and for any man who deals with her, she will be a problem. I really hope the man take the boy in and everything works out, because I think he's better off with the father. You do not want that boy growing up in a household with that woman in charge. You just don't want that happening. And for women, I know there are baby fathers out there doing crazy stuff too. I get that. And y'all need to choose wisely too. But anyway, leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
Here, we have little kids over here.
Talk to me again.
Well, this is my kid.
Talking to you. We have kids here.
You
I asked you like a woman. You could have did it nice.
You were yelling and cussing. We have children over here.
If you want to talk to me, come up to me and motherfucking talk to me.
Call the police.
Girl, fuck, I'm half your motherfucking age. Shut the fuck up.
You don't know how old I am.
I don't give a fuck how old you are,
Girl,
bitch.
you about to find out.
I can motherfucking find out. What's up,
You
bitch?
need to go ahead. You need to go ahead. You need to go ahead.
You don't know me, bitch.
You need to go ahead.
You don't know me, bitch.
You need to
Goddamn
go.
it, Joel,
You're in a fucking pool where there's kids.
Stop, I don't give a
Go
fuck
over there.
about
I
this.
do, and everybody else.
Bitch, I'll spit at you. What's up? You don't know me.
And you go to jail.
You wish I would. You
Please
wish I
switch.
would.
Please
You
switch.
wish I would. You wish I would.
Call the police now.
You
go to jail. You go to jail.
You got to go to jail because I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I'm staying here, ho. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say, wherever the fuck I am. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't.
I don't give a fuck. Because I'm at home talking, bitch. Because you're talking to me and I'm talking back to you.
You're yelling.
Because you're talking to me.
You have-
But did you not just yell at me?
You have kids over here.
But did you not? Get your kids. Look, your kids look dumb as fuck.
No.
Asia, she about to.
Your kids look dumb. Did you say that?
Really ghetto girls.
Fake card friendly. Yeah, but he don't gotta do that. He don't gotta do that. He don't gotta do that. I don't know who you think you are. Y'all stop arguing with him!
I don't want to obey my husband. And that same woman will go to her job and her boss tells her he wants something done by Monday. She'll say, yes, sir. She goes home. The trash people say, put your trash out on Tuesday. She'll say, yes, sir. She'll go to the hospital. The doctor tells her, take these pills. She'll say, yes, sir. But the man that loves her and wants to provide and protect for her, she has a problem obeying him. That's why you're single.
Why would you take me to a military museum with your son? I don't want to be at no damn military museum for a first date. Then you got your baby with you. That shit is so embarrassing.
You embarrassed. You talking about how many niggas you fuck with, they got money?
Yes, every nigga I fuck with got real money, real bread.
Well, why you not on a date with them then? And sir, that baby should not be on no first date with you. It should be with the sitter or your ass should be at home.
Nigga, I don't go to no damn military. This shit is not fun.
What the fuck I'm doing?
This shit not fun.
Like I ain't finna go home and beat it up after this.
You not beating up shit after this. If I would have known this the type of date you take bitches on, I would have never even talked to you.
Right. What you talking about?
What you talking about? Right.
Look at that truck.
This truck look lame. This shit looks lame.
Well, at least y'all get to talk and get to know each other. But you know, you always have the option to leave the date.
Windshield.
This shit don't
How
look.
many times I've been here? How many bitches I bought her? Look, they threw a brick at that windshield.
I don't care about them no bricks and no windshield. This shit is boring. You took me to somebody daddy.
But why do you have to tell me about your other females? I don't give a damn about nobody else. Like, that's such a turnoff.
Your ass is a lame, bro. Like, y'all stop fucking with these lame ass Chicago dudes, man. These Chicago dudes be lame as hell. This type of dates they take you on, they don't have no money for real. They walk around on Instagram claiming they got cash. This shit was $15 a person and his baby got in free. Couldn't even pay for your fucking baby to go nowhere.
Now, that don't mean he broke. That just means he used a lot of common sense when it comes to spending money on somebody he don't even know. Am I tripping? When you file them taxes, it's a single, married, head of household, or divorce. It don't say nothing about in a relationship. So in the Bible, it says nothing about in a relationship or a boyfriend and girlfriend. It's either you're married or you're single. So it is not a smart move to intertwine yourself with any man. And even fellas, it's not smart for you to intertwine yourself with a woman, living together outside of marriage, building businesses outside of marriage, building. What are y'all building together? Because if stuff hit the fan, what are y'all going to do? How are y'all going to separate stuff? Ladies, we're not building with boyfriends, okay? And let me tell you why. Men know what they be doing. I can't stand when men want to say, oh, let's build together. First of all, the Bible, the scripture says you're supposed to be a provider. A lot of men will say, let's build together, and they don't even come with the same materials that you have to build. You have the materials to build a foundation, and they don't even have a brick to build. So again, what are y'all building together? A lot of men want wifey material and wifey treatment, and you're only their girlfriend. That is not how that works. That is not your husband. You're helping build him up, and he will turn around and use you as a stepping stone to get access to the very women that he could not have access to before he had money. We know how this works. Women are tested when her man ain't got nothing. And the man is tested when he has everything, because why? He has more access to the world, and he has access to women that did not want him before he had money. You always hear rappers say, these hoes didn't want me before the fame. These hoes didn't want me when I was looking bummy and crummy. So, I mean, that's just the nature. So all this trying to help build and edify a man that is not your husband, or who has not made a commitment or a covenant before God, is like you are doing free labor for this man. Don't do it, ladies.
Man, I see what you're saying, and I agree partly. So Eve's job in the garden says was to care for and guard the garden, be a helper and a companion to Adam, and fulfill the command to be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth, reflecting God's image and developing creation. This role involved active partnership in tending the paradise, naming animals, and expanding creation. Key responsibilities. Tending the garden. Both Adam and Eve were tasked with serving and protecting the garden, an active role of stewardship. Active, okay? Let's go to the next one here. Companionship and partnership. Eve was created as a, quote, helper and, quote, complement to Adam, working as an equal partner as seen in the shared task like naming the animals. Okay, procreation. A primary directive was to, quote, be fruitful and multiply, end quote, filling the earth with more humans to care for it. Reflecting God's image. As God's representatives, they were to embody his character and maintain cosmic order. And then development. They were to develop, and expand the paradise, turning it into a flourishing world. Okay, so you're supposed to be working just as hard as he is, because you're his helper. Okay, so he's not able to get to all of that. It says, in essence, Eve's role is foundational, involving partnership, nurturing creation, and multiplying humanity, all within a context of joy and divine purpose. So you're supposed to be doing something. I know you guys like to be lazy and all that other stuff, but you got to come up out of that at some point in time. You got to get your behind out there and do something. I do agree with you that you got to be careful with who you're building with. I'm definitely on board with that. But I think a lot of times you guys like to slip out of work, and then you like to try to use the Bible to do so, and you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Really, honestly and truly, you read a verse here and there, and then you get out here and you start talking about the stuff that you don't know. You need to go back to Bible study, straight up, end of story. At that point in time, you guys, a lot of these people out here are part-time Christians. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to get it right all the time, definitely. But you guys just stop talking. If you don't know what you're talking about, stop talking. Y'all continue to use this stuff to not do what you're supposed to be doing. Please stop talking. Man, you guys got to learn to start helping somebody at some point in time. What do you think that you're here for? I mean, do y'all just not see the part in the Bible to where y'all supposed to be helping? Do y'all just not? I mean, well, not all women should have children. It says right here, be fruitful and multiply. That was a directive. Since we want to talk about the Bible, that was the directive. Be fruitful and multiply. Well, God didn't say this. This says be fruitful and multiply. That's what it said. Y'all not doing that? What are you talking about? Oh, now? Nobody wants you on the team because you ain't willing to do what you're supposed to be doing.
What are some things you look for in a man?
A provider.
Okay. That's it.
Yes, a provider. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Financially, definitely. Deal breakers is a man who is not currently walking in his purpose.
And he's like, I still love you. And I'm like, I mean, this is exhausting, you know, like we're never doing this.
Or are you a full 100% entrepreneur?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Entrepreneur, looking for a provider. Got you.
Entrepreneur, looking for a provider. Entrepreneur of 10 years now.
Talk your talk.
10 years.
You better talk
2016 is the new 2026.
That's
10
a fact.
years.
That's a fact. I did the math. That's a fact.
I don't need no man. Oh God, say it again. I don't need no man. Say it louder and like you fucking mean it, bitch. I don't need no man. That's what I thought. And what are you? I'm a bad bitch.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
This is not real. You make it to work on this? There's a whole tread line missing. Oh my God, it's like not even my fingernails worth. That's a millimeter, bro.
it?
And then you're on slicks. You can't drive this in the rain. That's so dangerous. You literally have no traction. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God.
Women's DMs are worse than you can imagine as a man. Like, if you're a man and you have a girlfriend, hold tight. Text her back, I'm saying immediately. Whatever you can picture her DMs being is probably triple.
Let's just say he was 100%. I have the best relationship that has ever existed in the existence of relationships. What rational
Women aren't rational.
No, hold on. Women are not irrational.
Women aren't rational. That's the reality. Look, and you may not like what I'm saying. Women are not rational. No. Women are the only people that will get upset at you for giving them what they want. A woman will want a man who has, I want a man who's wealthy, who's affluent. She gets that. They get married, and now she's complaining about time. Right now, he gives her a time.
But and now she didn't know what she wanted.
Wait, and now. You just hit it right.
No.
Women don't know what they want.
Wait, but not knowing what you want and irrational is not the same thing.
And then wait. And now he gives her time. Now he puts work aside. Now he's home all the time. Oh, he's home too much. Why are you always home? This is what men deal with on the regular. This is something that I've. This is something.
So men don't do
No, and I'm not saying this is.
Men be doing a lot of stuff.
Men do, and I'm not saying we don't. But what I'm telling you is, this is something that I've learned to accept about women. I'm not saying it like it's a jab or it's a detriment. Once again, I speak to how God designed us, and I've learned that this is how God has designed y'all. You understand? And y'all are the only ones. And this is. I always say, a man's job is to provide and protect. And the number one thing you have to protect a woman from is herself. That's the reality.
Maybe it is. So do it. Maybe it's the truth.
That's the reality.
So you guys think after
we have a long list
time,
of jobs too.
You think after all this time?
No, I'm not complaining.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm stating it as a fact. The future faking, you should be able to be punished because, look, you walk into a casino. You know you might win, you might lose. If you lose, you're not able to sue the casino. But if you walked in knowing that you were going to cheat the casino, right?
Right.
Then they have the right to punish you however they wish because your intent.
Yes,
it's about
exactly.
Intent. Your intent was malicious.
But also, I'm sorry, but I'm not. You can't sue. You can't take legal action. I mean,
there's no way to prove it.
No, right. But also allowing someone to take that many years of your time is also your own. Because I'm just
you got to be accountable.
You got to start waking up.
You got to take the L.
But wait. But then again, y'all saw Lorenz Tate in Menace to Society. People are great actors. I really thought he was O-Dog. People are great actors.
That would be her intent then. That would go towards her intent if she was acting the whole time.
No, but what I'm saying is, so yes, I totally do agree that people have to take a level of accountability for what they allow, but some people are amazing actors.
They are. I will agree with
some people are amazing. Look, man, they have dinner with your family and your mother's like, oh my God, you got to marry this guy. Some people are amazing actors. Or you got to marry this woman. Some people are amazing actors, So although fault does fall on the back of the victim to a degree, but I'm just saying that some people are great actors, man.
And please don't come give me no advice talk about a man should pay all my bills and your ass is sitting over there on Section 8. And most men that pay all the bills in the household, they already know their woman got their back. That's why they pay all the bills. They know if they fall short today or tomorrow, that woman gonna have their back. That's why. Most of y'all bitches, y'all already was behind on y'all damn bills before you even met the nigga, and then you talking about, oh, he gotta pay them all. Well, what you gonna do? Do you pay for dates? Haircuts? Leave the tip for the haircuts? Do you buy the clothes? Do you make sure he looks right? Do you pay attention to his work clothes and see that he needs new undershirts and all type of shit? That's the type of shit that makes a man pay your bills. When he come home, do you already have a timer on the microwave and his food inside and all he gotta do is press the start button? You got his favorite drink in there? Oh. But you telling somebody that, what? Yeah, and if he come home and say, babe, they cutting the hours, so hey, I'm gonna need you to pick up some of the slack a little bit until they give us the hours back. Are you going to be able to do that? Or are you going to be like, I ain't finna go to no job. I ain't finna work because you've been paying these bills this whole entire time. See, that's why men don't like to pay bills no more. And if all your previous relationships, you was paying all the bills and you was taking care of that nigga, why is you making him pay them all now? See, that'd be the problem. Yeah, but see, in my household, we all equal around this bitch. If you going to pay all the bills, bitch, I got everything else. I done planned everything, trips and everything. I booked them. I pay for the date and I leave the tip, boo. Come on, and I'm gonna tear you up when we get in the house. Yeah, that's why. But what works for your household should work for your household. What somebody else doing in there shouldn't have nothing to do with you at all. And then y'all be like, oh, back in the day, the granddaddies used to pay all the bills, but they also used to take y'all grandmamas through there. Your grandmama home with 9 motherfucking children, your granddad out there being all type of hoes and fucking with all type of flooses. Nobody wants that no more. Nobody ain't sitting home while you out here. Yeah, you paying all the bills, but you out here still doing what the fuck you want to do, and I got to sit home and wait. Absolutely not.
Nobody don't want that granddaddy, grandmama love from back then. Shit, no, I don't. And then back then, the bills was not that expensive. You could buy land for $1,500. Rent was $300. Please. You should pull some weight for your man. Because that's the problem now. That's what be fucking up a lot of the men's mental. The world says the man's supposed to do, the man's supposed to provide, the man's supposed to do this, and the woman just supposed to take care of the house. No! Have that nigga back. If he falls short, he need to feel like you got his back. That's why these men pay these bills, all the bills, because that woman is his backbone. Y'all bitches ain't got shit going for y'allself but want somebody to do so much for y'all. Please. And please don't come up here and give me no advice about what I should be doing in my household. It works for us. It keeps us sane. And you don't have to know about it. That's what it is.
And that's what you try to tell them. That's what you try to tell these modern women. I'm paying the bills because I know she's got my back. Paying the bills because she knows what I want. She's helping me out. You're not helping me out. You're not doing anything for me. You ain't nothing but a bum. That's all you are. You like to call other people bums. That's what you are. Men are not taking care of y'all no more. Y'all don't deserve to be taken care of, period. And I think you know that. Y'all are losers. Y'all don't pay no bills. Y'all don't give. Y'all don't put out. Y'all don't give anything. Y'all don't want anything that a man wants. Y'all just want to be selfish, and men are tired of that crap.
Did you let him slip it? By accident?
I make too much money to let that shit happen.
What? How much money do you? How much money do you make? A year?
$30,000 a year.
How much?
$30,000 a year.
How much money do you make at the end of the year?
I make $14,000 a month.
I'm not impressed.
I didn't ask you for your but I told you how much I make a month.
Good for you.
How do you make that in a month?
I sell solar.
Solar?
Solar, yeah.
So you make 14 grand a month?
Yes.
But when two people get married, they should take the cooler last name.
I was never going to change my last name anyways, but I have the most common Vietnamese last name ever, which is Nguyen. And I just happen to be dating a Vietnamese man, and his last name is also Nguyen. So we don't have this issue. Call it a win-win situation.
Boo! That joke was so bad I might just become racist. Boo!
So what is it if we try to hold a black woman accountable for something that's negative and might be true? Because you literally just said, Dr. Matt, that we have to acknowledge that. We trying to learn and grow. But how can you learn and grow if I can't even hold you accountable without it seeming like it's an attack? So how do you do that?
Right.
You got a lot of look.
Okay, Melly, you aren't anybody. Respectfully. So this isn't about me and you, right? I'm just saying this to you because this is our conversation and it's a great conversation for us to have in front of other people. You aren't anybody to hold me accountable. You have to garner relationship and trust with me first before you can say, hey, Dr. Matt, I respect this, but here are ways that you could be better as a person, right?
Maybe men are the prize and we just need to start appreciating what they bring to the table a little bit more. Can we be so for real for a second? How are men like not the prize in relationships?
Thank you.
As women, we expect men to approach us first, plan the dates, pay for the dates, drive everybody to the dates, provide, protect, stay loyal to us, keep themselves looking good, keep calm in all of the situations and never freak out. And they have to do all of this without complaining because God forbid they do complain, then all of a sudden they're too emotional. Or God forbid they don't make 6 figures and all of a sudden they're broke.
Perfect.
Or God forbid they're not taller than you and all of a sudden he's too short. Or God forbid somebody tries to set boundaries and oh my God, he's too controlling. And then you're doing all of this while simultaneously yelling at him that he's replaceable and you can have any man that you want. Or you're saying that you don't need a man.
I don't need no man.
Actually, and you can do everything you want by yourself and you don't need anybody to tell you anything. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, at a certain point, we have to stop yelling at men and expecting them to be superheroes and then getting mad at them and criticizing them like fucking dogs whenever they act like a human being. Like, maybe men are the prize and we just need to start appreciating what they bring to the table a little bit more.